Hey everybody, Alan here from Pull the Strings and Hauntology Records and a million other things. Um, so it's insane to me that it's already been 2 years since my first Pull the Strings album was released, Relinquish The Light. And I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of an autobiographical video about the project, Pull the Strings, the album, and kind of just reflect on everything about it. So, first of all, just to get started here, I have to extend really deep gratitude to Adrian Gutierrez from Hauntology Records, my label. Adrian is the reason anybody has heard Pull the Strings. It started off as just a little side project, just a little fun little side black metal project of mine, but because of our split EP between I See Satan Fall Like Lightning and Pull the Strings that really started Hauntology Records, now people know who Pull the Strings is and follow, in the hundreds of followers on Bandcamp and everything. So it's really come a long way, and it's largely thanks to him. So I have to really thank you, Adrian. So I guess that's kind of the middle of the story. We have to go back because Pull the Strings, it started before then. It started out of my mental illness, my depression that I've lived with for my whole life. As a kid, I didn't really know anything was wrong, but there's always been something holding me back in life and something causing me to be unhappy. And that's depression. And as I got older, found myself in really abusive and just not good situations. And so I developed even deeper illness, and eventually realized that I'm bipolar and I'm autistic. And so I just had to admit to myself that I'm disabled by any definition. I don't have it easy. I know there's so many people that have it harder than I do, but, just compared to your average Joe, life is pretty difficult for me on a daily basis. So eventually I started putting that pain into lyrics, which, I eventually started putting into music. And that's where Pull the Strings comes from. It comes from the lyrics first. These days, it's more about the music first, but in the beginning, it was something I needed to get out. The first song that I wrote was Cornice, Florida, which is on this album, and it was really a reflection of my hopelessness, my bitterness, and also the surprising beauty of nature that can kind of remind you what life is kind of about, at least to me. So that's what that song is about, and that was the beginning of the project. The demo version of Cornice, Florida was really rough. It was just mono guitars straight down the middle and really rudimentary mixing, but that's what Adrian heard. Reached out to him about a split, and he immediately loved it and wanted to work with me. So from there, we did the split. I did 3 songs for that, and was really fortunate to get Jeremy from Dead Languages to do a vocal feature on the second track of mine, which is really awesome, and to this day one of my favorite moments in Pull the Strings history. But we did that, and then I started writing singles, and Cornice, Florida was already done, so I re-recorded it. I came up with a song called Return to the Frozen Moon, which is one of my more kind of overtly traditional black metal songs, but it's a really good song. Came up with those 2 songs and then some others, and slowly started just building up kind of a release schedule. I was honestly mirroring what Adrian was doing with his project, I See Satan Fall Like Lightning. He just released a single every like 2 weeks for a long time. And so I was writing all these singles, and eventually I realized I would rather just save most of these and put out an album. And that's where Relinquish the Light comes from. It's honestly a little bit jarring to listen to, and I can admit that. It's a little bit it's just not the most cohesive album because I didn't really know what I was doing still. And it is honestly, in the truest sense of the definition, it is a mixtape more than an album. Because all the songs were written independently with different guitars, different tunings, different mix templates, different DAWs even. I used Reaper for some of the songs, and I used Cubase for others. And yeah, it's just it's a collage of what I was feeling and going through and needing to get out and needing to say back in late 2023. But that said, I've been pretty happy with the album, although I did hear some room for improvement with the sound. So I decided it was time to remaster it and give it some more careful attention to detail. So I went back and remastered it, and I also included a bonus track on this remastered version of the album, which is, in my opinion, one of the best songs that I wrote back in that early 2024 period of time, right after I put out the album. And so yeah, that's what I'm putting out now as a way to commemorate the album. In addition to that, I never released the lyrics for the album. And I guess I was a little bit scared to do so because they are very personal, and they do definitely kind of touch on just like anger towards certain people and resentment and, just the trauma that I've been put through. And so they're very personal, and I wasn't sure I wanted to put the lyrics out there, but it's, now that I've lived with the music for this long and it's been helpful to me, I figure I might as well put the lyrics out there. So that was actually a little bit tricky, but I did find my lyric journals, my old lyric journals, and I was able to recover the lyrics. So I typed them all out. Those are included. And I'm also going to be offering vinyl for the album, the remastered version of the album, through Elastic Stage, which is, unfortunately for US customers, there will be some tariffs on the shipping for that, but it's the best, most affordable way I know of to offer vinyl that is really high quality. It's lathe cut, but it's really high quality lathe cut. So it's the best way I know to offer vinyl right now with the means I have available to me. And if you're in the UK or Europe, then by all means check out my Elastic Stage link that'll be in the description. Or if you don't mind paying for shipping, then if you're in the US, then you can check that out too. And the lyrics insert will be included with that, with all the lyrics that I typed out. What else to say about the album? Yeah, it's just a really... I think, honestly, if I can remove myself from it as much as possible, it's a pretty creative take on black metal. It's a pretty original spin on black metal. There's moments that are more overtly, using the tropes than others, but I think it's authentically me and my voice in the genre. And even though Pull the Strings has evolved and become more and more progressive and more experimental, I think that album, I think Relinquish the Light, really, I stand by it. I really enjoy it still to this day. I think I did a good job with conveying the emotions I was going through, the whirlwind kind of nature of my bipolar disorder, the scars that have been left on me throughout my early adult life. Yeah, it's just I'm proud of it. So with all that said, I again just thank you to Adrian for believing in the music and helping me get it out there, and thank you to everybody who's ever supported the project or checked out the music in any way. I have, like I said, hundreds of Bandcamp followers now, and people that have bought the music on cassette, and those are all over the world now. It's on hard drives all over the world now, so that's insane to me. And I really, really have to thank all of you for listening to the music and for keeping the underground and, you know, small independent and DIY bands like mine alive. You know. Yeah, I think that's about all I had to say about it. I appreciate your time, and I hope you enjoyed the remaster. It definitely sounds a lot more professionally just rendered. It's the way that I want people to hear it. So you can go pick that up, or you can pick up vinyl from Elastic Stage, like I said. And if there's demand for any other formats, then let me know. But I appreciate just checking it out, giving it a listen. Yeah, anything else is a cherry on top. So with that, take care, and let's see, what this will be coming out December 1st. So happy holiday season, everybody.